I want to still know, like, I could still file VAWA.
Yes, VAWA still exists. She's abusive. Hold on, let's have a consultation.
I've been living in the country for 26 years. I want to know if there's a way I can, like, obtain a green card. Is there a way, like, for the time?
There's no such thing as I've been here for 26 years and I just want to walk in and get a green card. There is, God forbid, you're put in removal, cancellation of removal, and if you've been here for 10 years and can show extreme and unusual hardship to children, spouse, or parent, that you could perhaps get your removal canceled and get a green card that way. But if you lose your case, you get deported.
I have a question. Actually, I came to the United States like in 2015.
Yes.
And I came with a student visa. I came from Saudi Arabia. I'm Sudanese, but I'm born and raised in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
And then when I came in here in 2015, I applied for asylum. So after I applied for asylum, I stayed all this time. Nothing has happened. I got the work permit and Social Security, but I never did any type of interview. The problem was in 2017, I got into a misdemeanor. It was a solicitation for prostitution.
That's not going to prevent you from getting granted asylum if you have a good claim.
I want to know, how can I amend taxes without having the ITIN number?
Well, you can amend the taxes and apply for a TIN number simultaneously. You can do that.
But I called the IRS today and they say you cannot back the taxes.
The IRS doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. You file a W-7 form with an amended tax return, and you can file an amended tax return with a TIN number. Absolutely. You know, are you amending your husband's tax returns to include you as married filing jointly?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's what you would do.
I applied for VAWA and I got a prima facie.
Yes.
My spouse was a permanent resident. My question is, if my date becomes current, can I submit the for a 5?
Yes.
Even if my my VAWA isn't approved yet.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. You've been married. You've been married for 5-6 years together. She was abusive for those years, and you now filed a VAWA, but you have not gotten a receipt yet for it.
How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have a question. I came here on a visiting visa and overstayed for 2 years. Then I got married to a U.S. citizen who petitioned for me in October of this year.
Right.
I have been self-employed, and I'm in the process now of filing 2-year back tax. But listening to your show, I think I made a misrepresentation because I put on my petition form that I haven't been working out of status.
You can fix that at the time of the interview.
Repeat that?
Fix it at the time of the interview. You go into the interview and you say, I made a mistake on the form. I should have said yes, not no. I'm fixing it.
Okay.
All right. Then you do that right up front, and it's perfectly fine.
Hey, Brad. I have a question.
Yes.
I'm going to do my citizen. I mean, my swear in on the 17th. When can I apply for my passport, and also I put in the I-130 for my wife? When can I finish up her paperwork? What other paperwork I have to get?
You can apply for your passport the minute you get your naturalization certificate. And the minute you get your naturalization certificate, you can make a photocopy of it, send it into immigration with the receipt for your wife's I-130, and upgrade your wife's case.
Okay, what other papers I have to file for her?
If you have not filed for her yet?
I just put in the I-130.
Oh, you put in the I-130, so then you upgrade that. You write a letter to the office where the I-130 is with a photocopy of your naturalization and a photocopy of the receipt notice, and say, please upgrade this case.
Okay, and then I will have to file travel document and her work permit. What do I have to file for that one?
She's here in the United States?
Yes.
Okay, so then you would file an adjustment application, an I-485, a receipt notice for the I-130, the I-765, the I-131, the I-864. So you would do a whole adjustment package, but for the I-130, which you've already done, so you submit the I-130 receipt. If you're in an abusive relationship, whether it's physical abuse, extreme emotional abuse, you would file an I-360 application with proof of the abuse, proof that you're a person of good moral character, proof you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse or were in a bona fide marriage with your spouse, you no longer live with them, proof of the abuse, you do it with an adjustment application, which is an I-485, I-864, and I-765, and I-131. You submit it all to immigration, and if you did a decent job, they will give you a receipt notice. They'll accept your case. You'll get your work permit and travel, and they will review your case over 18 months to see if you qualify.
Hello, good evening, Brett. How are you today?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, so I had a question. Say I have an artist that I want to invite to the United States for my daughter's birthday party.
Oh, very fancy. Yes.
How can I invite this artist to come to the United States?
Well, if the artist has some sort of a claim, you wouldn't invite the artist, because the artist can't just, if the artist is coming to perform at your daughter's birthday party, the artist just can't come on a tourist visa and then perform, because then they would be working illegally. So the only way artists come to the United States of America is either on an O visa, where you show they have extraordinary ability, and that's a little lower standard for singers and dancers and actors. You have to show recognition and acclaim. Or if they're a member of a group, you would do it as a P1. But you just can't just come and say, I'm going to send you a letter, go get a tourist visa to come perform, because then they would be working illegally. So you would have to do it as a work visa.
Good. How you doing? Great show you're doing.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you. I came into the United States in 2016.
Yes.
And I got married in 2018.
Yes.
But I didn't file in until about last month.
Right.
But prior to that time, I was placed on removal proceeding in January this year.
Why?
And just like that, I overstayed my visa.
For no reason?
No crime, no.
But you're married to a U.S. citizen.
Again?
But you're married to a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
All right. So
yes,
then
I'm married.
You need to get an I-130 filed immediately and prove it's a bona fide marriage and get out of deportation and get your green card.
There's no notice to appear yet before the judge. That's where we are now.
How do you know you're in deportation then?
Because I was in court, and the attorney told me that there's no notice to appear yet in court.
Then you're not in. If there's no notice to appear, you're not in deportation. You should be filing your adjustment.
I'm saying that the new public charge is effective to the overseas, like for the consular processing.
The new public charge provisions are effective for consular processing, although they have not come out with they have not approved the new form yet, but it is effective. The old laws apply for the adjustment applications here. I have not, by law, they're supposed to be applying the new laws at the consular offices. They have not been doing it yet, I believe, until the new form comes out. Once the new form comes out, they will be applying the new laws, and that's going to be momentarily.
And my daughter, she is receiving WIC. She is just living, and some cash assistance. But I stopped my wife's food stamp and everything.
Your daughter receiving government assistance WIC is okay. That's not going to affect you. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.